Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your Vedic astrology coach Rajat Kapoor and welcome to my channel The Legit Astrologer. In my channel I make videos on Vedic astrology, I talk about transits. There are a number of videos that are available on my channel, particularly the annual predictions for 2025 based on your ascendant sign or the moon sign and based on your birth number as per Vedic numerology as well. I have also made a video on Venus's transit in the sign of Aquarius. All these videos are available on my channel. There are also videos specific to what you could expect from a health point of view and from a wealth point of view based on all the ascendant signs in 2025. Today, this video is about Sun's upcoming transit in the sign of Capricorn. That is the time for Makar Sankranti. Sun is going to be entering Capricorn on 14th of January. And for the next 1 month, Sun is going to stay in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn as a sign is ruled by Saturn or Shani. It is Saturn's home sign. And this marks a very significant event from a Vedic astrological point of view, from a dharma point of view. So it marks the beginning of the time where days are getting longer. So before I talk about how this transit is going to have an impact on all 12 ascendant or the moon signs, let's talk about Makar Sankranti and its significance as far as Vedic astrology. Now it's a Vedic astrological event. This is a time when Sun enters Capricorn. It starts its northern journey, which we call Uttarayan. So it's its northern movement. You will notice Sun changing its position in the sky over the next few weeks. This is the time when Devatas rise, they are awakened because we are prepared for longer days. When there are longer days, there is more light, there is more knowledge, there is more energy, there are more resources because Sun signifies resource. It is the significator of initiation, it is leadership, it is authority, it is the giver of life on planet Earth. So from a northern movement perspective, this is an important event as far as Vedic astrology. And also this is the time for harvest, agricultural harvest across many parts of India and the rest of the world as well. So from a harvest point of view, it signifies prosperity. From a light, brightness point of view, it has its own spiritual importance. So there are certain practices, rituals that are done during this time. This time represents growth, it represents motivation because there is more light when Sun enters the sign of Capricorn. Now there are certain other facts and stories from a historical point of view that I'd like to share with you. Bhishma from Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitama, he took self-liberation, the step towards moksha, where he chose his own timing of death. He was given a blessing to choose his own time of death. And it is very well written in Mahabharata that he chose his time of death to be during Makar Sankranti. Sun in Capricorn also throws some light on Surya and Shani's relationship because Shani, Saturn, is son of Surya. So they have a father-son relationship and it is a strained relationship. So this time when Sun enters Capricorn, interestingly, it will make a transit in Capricorn and then Aquarius. Both these signs are ruled by Saturn. So here Sun signifies reconciliation, it signifies forgiveness, and it is a time when opposite forces unite. There is another story which is related to Lord Vishnu. He was victorious during Makar Sankranti wherein he defeated the Asuras and buried their heads under the Mandara Parvat. So it is definitely a time to rise, and it is said that most of the Vedic remedies work when Sun is having its northern movement. Most of the mantras, prayers, practices, meditation, spiritual sadhana work really well when the energies are high because Devatas are going to be awakened for the next 6 to 8 months. So it is an important time period for us. We will also witness an increased curiosity towards learning Vedic astrology or Jyotish sciences over the next few months. During this transit, Sun will be aspecting the sign of Cancer by its 7th aspect of desire. Now Sun, whichever house it aspects, it blinds it. Imagine if you're directly opposite to the Sun, you cannot look him by your naked eyes because you will get blinded. Therefore, from a fun fact point of view, I always encourage people to not sit in front across the table with a Leo ascendant, otherwise you can get blinded. There's only one king head of the table, always sit on their side. Sun's 7th aspect of desire on Cancer is a very clear message to be more compassionate, to leverage the power of resources towards care, compassion, protection of others, protection of your home and your homeland. It is an excellent time for people to declutter, clean their home, and at the same time, whatever old clothes and old things that you have, you must donate. It is a very auspicious time to make donations towards the needy. Whatever in your best capacity, capability you can do, you must help the needy, you must donate, because Sun is an earthy sign, so it is very grounded at this point in time. The egos are really diminished during this transit. Now there's a great support that Sun has during this transit, which is the ninth aspect of Jupiter. Jupiter making a retrograde transit in the sign of Taurus will be aspecting Sun by its ninth aspect, which is the aspect of higher knowledge. It is the aspect of how you can apply your knowledge in the real world. So from a resources point of view, if you want to learn, pick up a course, learn a skill, and practice something as far as your workplace is concerned. This is what naturally the sign of Capricorn signifies, which is workplace karma. It is an excellent time because resources are favorable, and whenever Jupiter and Sun make a connection, it is a royal yoga, it is a royal lineage, and Jupiter is helping to expand significations related to Sun, which is abundance of resources, energy, firepower, and at the same time that you can apply towards your workplace. So if you're running through Dasha Antadasha of Sun, Jupiter, if you have prominent planets in the sign of Capricorn, in the sign of Cancer, or if you're running through Dasha Antadasha of Saturn, Moon, you're likely to be impacted by this transit. This transit holds a huge significance for a lot of people. Let us now talk about how this transit is going to have an impact on all 12 ascendant or the moon signs. At the physical level, you must read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Let us begin with Aries ascendants. For Aries, Sun is your fifth lord. It is one of the most important planet for you. It is a yoga karaka. It rules your future, your progress, positional success is seen from the fifth house. Mantras are seen from the fifth house, whether these mantras will work or not. So one thing is quite certain, whatever mantra based remedies that you will start using from this transit is going to work really in your favor as far as your workplace development is there, and also it will help you gain a lot of mental strength. This Sun is making a transit in your 10th house. So 5th lord in the 10th house, which is the house of karma, your action in the society, your work, profession, what you do in order to survive, sustain yourself in this world. 10th house Sun is considered to be gaining directional strength, or is Digbali during this time. So there are blessings of Devatas. There is blessing of Surya Devata himself during this time. It is a very powerful, strong Surya. This kind of transit only happens once in a year, and during this time it is also being aspected by your 9th lord Jupiter. So Jupiter is giving a lot of wisdom, giving a lot of knowledge power to your Sun. So resources are absolutely favorable. Workplace scenario, workplace decisions, if you're looking for a new line of work, if you're looking for a change in your job, if you're looking for certain developments in your profession, this could be particularly a favorable time because resources are favoring you. If you have some work pertaining towards government, this could be favorable for you. Your children could see some progress, could see some recognition. Sun is your 5th lord and it rules the house of children, your future. It is a perfect time to pen down the goals that you want to achieve as far as your work is there. So from a workplace point of view, it is a good time for goal setting and set some stretched goals because you will have the energy to do so and your achievement outcome would be quite on a higher side. This Sun is aspecting your 4th house by its 7th aspect of desire, a perfect time to declutter your house and also declutter your workspace and demonstrate your compassion and care towards other people. Make some donations out of compassion, out of care. Donations towards elders, donation towards children, because Sun rules the house of children for you. Use any mantra related to Surya or Shri Ram during this time, or any mantras that you're using will start working very well for you over the next few weeks. Overall, it's a successful, progressive transit for you, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Taurus ascendants. What's happening with Taurus ascendants as far as Sun's transit in the sign of Capricorn, Makar Sankranti. Sun is your 4th lord. It's more of a neutral planet. It rules the house of care, compassion, your home space, your mother, your homeland, where you feel most protected, those things that make you feel happy, that make you feel content. This Sun is making a transit in your 9th house of Bhagya, fortune, higher learning, higher education, long distance journeys. Your father, your guru is seen from the 9th house. This house also represents lineage. It plays a very important role. Sun is also one of the significators of the 9th house because Sun represents dharma. Sun represents those things that are right. Sun naturally is all about loyalty and the ultimate truth. And if you're not truthful, Sun can always punish those individuals. So this is a yoga in transit. Your quadrant house lord is making a transit in the triangle house, which is forming a very beautiful yoga. And it is also being aspected by Jupiter during this time, which is expanding the signification of the Sun. Though Jupiter for you is not the most benefic planet, but it is supporting Sun's transit during this time. So your mother, if they have been facing some issues, there could be some progress or certain developments. You will have very strong fundamentals during this time. So it is a time to build fundamentals, getting your basics right. There could be travel, there could be journeys, because your 3-9 axis is active. There are resources that are favoring. If not, you could go on a spiritual journey, spiritual retreat. You could do something for dharma, you could do something for your religion. You must protect your religion. Sun is aspecting your 3rd house by its 7th aspect of desire. So you might want to get a guru upadesha or blessings from your mentor or someone who you trust. This could be quite valuable for you. If you were to start something new, because your 3-9 axis is active, if your dasha is supportive, you can very well do that. Resources are favorable. Take care of your elders. Take care of those people who are elders in your family. Build cordial relationships with your father or someone who's a father figure. And be truthful in anything that you do. There is no scope for corruption, because if you be corrupt during this time, you could have severe consequences. Truthfulness is very much needed if you were to elevate your bhagya, because your bhagya is supportive. You must use mantras or worship Lakshmi or either Vishnu. This could be quite beneficial for you. Sun also desires you to bring a sense of authority and leadership potential in your communication. And this is where you will also feel a sense of domination. So you have to keep your ego aside. You have to keep a very close check on your ego and stay grounded. Practice humility, practice compassion. This is what Sun demands. It is a test for you. However, from a learning point of view, it's a great time. I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Gemini Ascendants. What's happening with Gemini Ascendants as far as Sun's transit in Capricorn is there. It is your 3rd lord. It shares a friendly relationship with your Lagna Lord Mercury. Therefore, it holds a neutral position for Gemini Ascendants, considering 3rd lord but still holding a friendly relationship with your Ascendant Lord. Your 3rd lord that rules your valor, courage, your efforts, younger siblings, your co-born. Any kind of change in your life is seen from the 3rd house. Growth is seen from the 3rd house, because this is the Upachaya Bhava. Sun is making a transit in the 8th house of longevity, of hidden places, your secrets, your desires, also unknown spaces, transformation. Sudden changes are seen from the 8th house. Life and death is seen from the 8th house. Sun does not have any dosha for 8th house. This is also a near similar Viparita Yoga in transit, because your 3rd lord is making a transit in the 8th house. Circumstances could go adverse. Eventually you will rise. You will be very humble during this time. You will practice humility, because when Sun goes into the 8th house in transit, we start to go back in time to think about some of the decisions that we've taken, some of the conflicting situations that we've had with very strong authoritative people. And this is a time for you to make some reflection. So it's a very reflective time. You have to look back in some of the previous decisions pertaining to the leaders and people that you have worked with. And what are the kind of corrective steps that you can take, which will help you in your transformation journey. So any transformation that you're going through, any change that you're going through, resources are going to be favorable here. Any efforts that you put for your transformation, you are likely to have some success. But be change ready, because if you are in a denial mode or if you have resistance towards change, this could be a difficult time period for you, because you will struggle for resources. Sun is aspecting your 2nd house by its 7th aspect of desire. So it could bring a sense of authority in your speech. It could bring aggressiveness in your speech. So you have to be careful of what you say, how you say. You have to make some changes in your dietary requirement during this time, your dietary needs, based on your health and wellness, and your topmost priority should be your health. And this is something you could be mindful of. This Sun is being aspected by your 10th Lord Jupiter. So workplace is going to have some change. You could get a new project, a new responsibility, which could be additional, which could be very important as well. So this is something which could perhaps make you shine over the next few weeks or months in case you perform really well. So be prepared for these kind of changes, be prepared for a higher and a greater responsibility. Learn Jyotish, learn occult, any of the hidden subjects, any of the ancient knowledges, anything that involves a lot of research. And if you are in similar kind of work, you should use your energies there, because resources are pretty much favorable, and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Cancer Ascendants. For Cancer, Sun is your 2nd lord. The Lord of Wealth, it is your Dhanesha, it rules your Dhan Bhava, your family, your speech, what you consume, what you eat. We also see storage from this house. So Sun is responsible for everything that you like to store, you accumulate, which includes your wealth and savings as well. The Sun is making a transit in your 7th house of partnership. We call this the Jaya Bhava because we see peace and also war from this house. We see people who are opposite to you and what will be your attitude, and of course how you would deal with those people. How will those people have an impact? Your outer world of people, things and events. Partnerships are seen from the 7th house, businesses are seen from the 7th house. This is not the most comfortable position for Sun because this is the western direction. Sun likes to rise in the east. When it is setting up, the energies are very low. So one thing that you have to be mindful of during this time is you need to watch your energy levels and ensure that you keep yourself hydrated. Maybe drink appropriate quantity of water, 2-3 liters of water or 4 liters of water, whatever you can, based on your routine, whether you do exercise or not, whether you work out or not. So that's how you could do it. Resources could be a little bit challenging here because Sun has fallen. So it of course is the significator of the first house. Now when it goes into the 7th house, it's a weak position. But this makes a person quite dominating when it comes to dealing with other people. So you have to watch your behavior, you have to watch yourself while you're dealing with other people. Practice humility, stay grounded, never forget where you're coming from. Okay. From a financial point of view, if you're running a business or if you're in a partnership, this could be favorable time. This could get you new business opportunities. This could help you start something new. Those people who are trying to establish a relationship, this could be a favorable time in case your Dasha Antardasha is supported, because this Sun is aspecting your ascendant. So see, Sun, whichever house it aspects, it blinds that house. So of course it is blinding your ascendant, but it is bringing a lot of energy in your personality. So this is how you could shine. Now one very good supporting factor is the aspect of Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is aspecting the Sun, which is creating a nice royal yoga or a lineage during this time, and this is something which you have to be mindful of. Jupiter is an important planet for you. It's your Bhagyesha, so it is somehow elevating your Bhagya. It is giving you some resources, and it is somehow still protecting your partnership, still protecting your spouse and your business. But you have to be aware of not getting into any conflicting situations, because there could be quarrels, there could be arguments, and you have to ensure that you stay energized all throughout the time, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Leo ascendants and Sun's transit in Capricorn Makar Sankranti for Leo. For you, Sun is definitely the most important planet because it's your Lagna Lord, it's your Lagnesha. It rules yourself, your overall personality, your body, your vitality. Your intelligence sits in the first house, and Sun represents your intelligence. The kind of decisions that you will take are driven by Sun's placement in your chart, and how strong are you from a physical, mental, emotional point of view is all seen by the ascendant and also by your moon sign. The Sun is making a transit in the 6th house of what you do on a day-to-day basis, your daily routines, your deaths, diseases, health and well-being. Intelligence is also seen from the 6th house, and this is the kind of intelligence which other people have very difficulty to understand and interpret. So you will definitely build intelligence, you will learn, you will be very curious during this time. So it's a month of curiosity for you. So any chapter that you read could be benefit to you. You would like to learn very new and differentiated kind of information which might not have any link to your work or what you do in life. So this is a huge opportunity for you to really open your mind and be prepared to experiment other things as well, other lines of work too, or just by simple interest. You could be, because you'll be very curious. 6th house is an Upachaya Bhava. Sun does very well in 3, 6, 10 and 11 houses. So from a growth point, it is a good transit, because when you build intelligence, you do have opportunities to grow. You could have a change in your job. Your daily routine needs a lot of consistency, because this is Sun demands. Sun demands you to be consistent in whatever you do. So if you have a routine, it's good to have a routine for some people. Make sure that you're consistent in your routine. There could be a change in your job, because we see job from the 6th house, and Sun is aspecting your 12th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So the energy that Sun is giving you is quite favorable for spiritual practices, spiritual sadhana, any meditation, and you must donate. in the coming month. Okay, generously and to the best of your capability or capacity, right? Whatever you can, you could donate clothes, you could donate food, you could help people with education, and of course, this will give you a lot of mental and physical strength as well. This is the only remedy that I can share with you, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Virgo Ascendants. And for Virgo Ascendants, Sun is your 12th Lord. It rules your higher self-consciousness. See, 12th house is a very powerful house. It's a very misunderstood, bhava. Firstly, 12th Lord is always a neutral planet in the chart. It is never a malefic, even from a functional point of view. So Sun rules your expenditure, losses, what you give, what you offer to the society. It also holds a friendly relationship with your ascendant Lord Mercury. It rules your higher self-consciousness, your ability to be more self-aware. This Sun is making a transit in your 5th house of future, your Purva Punya, deeds from the past, and how you would accumulate these deeds for your future, for your betterment, your children, success. We also see corruption from the 5th house. This is the house of mantras. So mantra based remedies could be excellent for you because this Sun is also being aspected by Jupiter by its 9th aspect. So any mantras that you use, resources will be favorable. Sun naturally rules the 5th sign of the zodiac belt, which is Leo. So it's a very comfortable position. So see, 5th house and 10th house are Rajya Bhavas, kingdom, and Sun is the king. So it is a very authoritative or a dominant position here. But this could alter your decision making. So your decision making needs to be very clear during this time. You will have the tendency to make a bad decision. So this is something which you have to be mindful of. Take advice of someone who you love. Sometimes take advice of your children as well. It could be good for you, or those people who are younger to you, those people who you work with, who report to you. Take advice of your co-workers, take advice of your subordinates. It will not harm you during this time. The Sun is aspecting your 11th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So Sun desires you to channelize your resources for material success, for material gains. But don't forget to donate because Sun is your 12th Lord. So you must make donations during Makar Sankranti. Use mantras, use prayers to gain mental as well as physical strength. So it's a futuristic, progressive transit for you where you need to channelize your resources towards your decisions in the future and what your goals are and how are you going to achieve those goals. So start making a plan. It is an excellent time because the energies are favorable, and I wish you the very best. Let us now talk about Libra ascendants and what's happening with Libras as far as Sun's transit in Capricorn, Makar Sankranti goes. Sun is your 11th Lord, the Lord of material gains, your wider social network. We also see purpose of birth from the 11th house because this is the house of fulfillment. 11th house is also the natural house of obstacles. Okay, because Aries, if the natural Kala Purusha Kundli, 11th sign is Badak. So from a natural point of view, but each ascendant have different Badak signs as well. But for you, it also becomes your Badakish. So this is making a transit in the 4th house. 4th house is not a very comfortable position for Sun because it gains directional strength at the 10th house. 4th house, it is losing direction. So one is, if it is losing direction, it also rules your obstacles. So you will not have any obstacles over the next 1 month. But from a resources point of view, from an energy point of view, you would lack direction as well. Okay, so it's a tricky situation. So you need to ensure that you get some guidance, that you get some direction. Take advice of your mother, take advice of your relatives, take advice of your friends. These people could be quite helpful for you to give you the right kind of advice, because otherwise you'll be clueless. This is an excellent time to declutter. Donate things that you have in your home that you do not use. There is no need to store them and keep them forever. This is the time for you. Make use of it. Sun is aspecting your 10th house by its 7th aspect of desire. Sun demands you to be a little more assertive and authoritative in a positive manner. As far as your workplace is concerned, it demands you to bring in a sense of leadership potential in what you do. Take the lead. You need to step up, move out of your comfort zone and take the lead, take additional responsibilities and do this proactively. This is how you will be able to navigate through this time, and I wish you the very best. Let us now talk about Scorpio ascendants. For Scorpios, Sun is your 10th Lord, the Lord of karma, your profession, your actions in the society, your work, your job. So it definitely holds an important place for Scorpio ascendants, an important aspect. The Sun is making a transit in the third house of efforts, valor, courage. Sun is a fiery planet, Capricorn is an earth sign, so Sun is pretty much grounded here. From a sign element perspective, it's not the most comfortable position, but third house Sun does very well because it supports your effort. Your 10th Lord, Lord of Karma, going into efforts. Definitely there are efforts related to workplace, related to your job. Change is pretty much indicated because we see change from the third house. So in case you're looking forward to changing your job or starting something new, this could be that time when you could make that change. Sun is aspecting your 9th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So Sun demands you to be very truthful for your dharma. You need to protect your dharma, protect your lineage, improve relationship with your father, get advice from your father or your guru or a mentor, someone who you look up to. In case you have some paperwork related to government, this could be a favorable time for you. You could see some movement that is happening. Your 3-9 axis is active. Go on a spiritual retreat or practice meditation, yoga, sadhana. Go and travel. This could be quite fruitful for you. Take journeys. Journey could also mean starting something new in case your dasha, antardasha is being supported during this time. Use your hands to channelize the resources, exercise, work in the kitchen. These are also some of the remedies for you. But keep your workplace decisions at check because you could end up making a wrong decision. Thankfully, you have been supported by Jupiter's aspect on Sun, which will ensure that the efforts that you put, you see the results of those efforts. You use your thinking and a sense of judgment to make the right kind of decision. Channelize your Jupiter, look up to Jupiter during this time and you'll be benefited, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Sagittarius ascendants. For Sagittarius, Sun is your 9th Lord, the Lord of Dharma, the Lord of Bhagya, your Bhagyesha, Lord of Fortune, higher learning, higher education, your father, your guru, lineage. It's the most important trinal house. Sun is a Yoga Karaka planet for you, and Sun is making a transit in your 2nd house of your speech, your consumption, your accumulation, which includes wealth as well. What you say, how you say, your family, kutumba bhava. Okay. So 9th Lord making a transit in the 2nd house is a Lakshmi yoga. It's a wealth giving yoga. So 2nd house, 5th house, 9th house and 11th houses, these lords are wealth giving planets. And I've made a specific video on 2025 wealth. You must check out that video. So it's a Lakshmi yoga. So from a financial point of view, resources are favorable. However, the only aspect you have to be careful of is your speech, your Vani. This has to be at check because you could bring in a sense of authority and there could be ego as well because Sun is there. It is being aspected by your ascendant Lord Jupiter and your 4th Lord Jupiter. So it is expanding the significations. If there is firepower in your speech, Jupiter is expanding, so you could end up being rude or authoritative or sound like egoistic to other people. So you need to be humble, practice humility and stay grounded. Your eating habits are undergoing some transformation and this could be good for you. If not, you should take certain decisions to change what you eat for your own health and well-being point of view in case you need it. Sun is aspecting your 8th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So it is blinding those things which are of sudden in nature. So somehow it's being protected, but you could expect sudden decisions. You could expect transformation. Now this transformation could really put you in a spot because it might sound like an uncertain time period for you. But what you must do during this time is to take a step back. Okay, maybe not a great time to make some important decisions related to your finances, related to your wealth, related to your savings and investment. If you have some important decisions and in case your dasha antardasha is not supporting it, you may defer those decisions. Okay, because there is a sense of uncertainty as far as financial management is concerned during this time. So be mindful of your spending and spend on dharma, spend on right things, on right deeds, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Capricorn ascendants and what's happening with Capricorn in Makar Sankranti period. So please welcome Surya Devata in your ascendant, in your Lagna. This is when the Devatas rise. This is the time for you to do prayers. This is the time for you to worship Lord Shiva. Whenever Sun makes a transit Gochar in the ascendant, I always encourage people to worship Lord Shiva in order to channelize your resources. The power of energy is in your first house. This is your 8th Lord. Sun rules transformation for you, longevity, suddenness in life, your secrets as well, your desires, and those things which need a lot of research, unknown places, unknown things, people, events. This Sun is making a transit in the first house. Your ascendant, your body, vitality, your immunity, who you really are, your personality, your intelligence. Sun is the natural significator of the soul, natural significator of the first house. It's a very comfortable position for the Sun. It is the eastern direction, and Sun likes to rise from the east. So it is bringing a firepower in your ascendant. This is being supported by the 9th aspect of Jupiter, which is further expanding. So your decision making is going to be very important during this time. It's going to be quite impactful. And you could also witness some financial change. So there could be a chance of inheritance. There could be a chance of financial rise or increase, because even your ascendant Lord Saturn is making a transit in the 2nd house. So both these transits are being supported from that matter. Sun is aspecting your 7th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So you have to keep your relationship at check. You could have some conflict issues, authority issues, ego issues in relationships. So stay grounded. Listen to your partner, right? So listening is the key, and that is 50% of communication. A lot of times relationship issues are just resolved by listening to the other person, and this is something which you must remember. So because Sun, naturally when it comes in the ascendant, it could make a person egoistic, because you might think that you know it all and you have a lot of knowledge, you have resources, and you have the power and authority. So please keep that a check. Leverage Sun to give you some leadership capabilities that you could use at your workplace, that you could use to make the best decisions for yourself as far as this month is concerned, and I wish you the very best. Now let us talk about Aquarius ascendants. For Aquarius ascendants, Sun is your 7th Lord. It rules the Jaya Bhava, which represents peace and also war. It rules marriage, partnership, relationship, the house of your spouse. Those people who are opposite to you, your outer world of people, things and events. This Sun is making a transit in your 12th house of moksha, liberation, the house of expenditure, losses, your higher self-consciousness, your ability to be more self-aware. Sun is considered to be Maran Karak in the 12th house. It is like a death-like position. So one thing is quite certain, that people close to you, people who are opposite to you, your partner, your father, are going to go out of the way to help you, to support you during this time. Okay, they might suffer in return, but they will go out of the way to help you, to support you. Your people could play a very important role in your self-awareness. People around you could play a very important role in increasing your self-awareness. So make sure that you get feedback. Make sure that you work on those things which others might know but you don't know, and this could add to your self-discovery journey. This could make you a more self-aware individual that could further help you progress in workplace endeavors. Sun becomes very humble in the 12th house because the ego is getting crashed. Okay, so you will be very, you will have a lot of humility, you will have a lot of humbleness. On a spiritual side, it is a very positive transit because energies are being supported. So you must use some prayers, some mantras, because when it is Makar Sankranti, Devatas rise. Any spiritual practices, yoga, sadhana, those who are having like a fitness journey, a weight loss journey, or an exercise routine, this is quite a favorable time because you will be able to work out towards those kind of goals which are related to your body and getting back in shape or being more healthy, because the Sun is aspecting your 6th house by the 7th aspect of desire. So it wants you to put resources, it wants you to put your resources in your own health and well-being, in managing your debts, in managing any health concerns that you have, and I wish you the very best for this transit. Now let us talk about Pisces ascendants and what's happening with Pisces. Sun is your 6th Lord. It rules your daily routines. It rules your Shadripus, enemies of the mind. It rules deaths, diseases, those people who are your competition, your enemies, your opposition. It is also the house of growth because it is one of the Upachaya Bhavas, and Sun for you is making a transit in another Upachaya Bhava, which is the 11th house. Any planet making a transit in the 11th house, the transit is always good. Now, where the 11th Lord is placed, that is something different. Okay, your 6th Lord making a transit in the 11th house, that planet that rules your daily routine, your job, is now making a transit in the house of gains, your wider social network, your ability to influence your friends, your material comforts, material success or wealth, and the Aya Bhava, which is your income. So there is definitely job related gains during this time. Your daily routine is going to improve. There will be certain opposition, but since Sun has a friendly relationship with your Lagna Lord Jupiter, and it is also being aspected by Jupiter, any opposition, any competition that you face during this time, you will be able to surpass, you will be able to overcome that competition and emerge out victorious. You have to be very mindful of certain decisions related to your job. If there's a change, you could be in a situation that you have 2 or 3 options to choose from, and this is where your thinking will come in play. This is where you need to look at the pros and cons. This Sun is aspecting your 5th house by its 7th aspect of desire. So Sun desires you to channelize and put your energy in future pursuits. Plan, set your goals, and list out those things that you were to achieve later in the year. Resources are favorable, gains are indicated. In case you're looking forward to having an incentive, rise in your income, this could be a favorable time for you. Any mantras that you use would be highly beneficial. Either you use a mantra related to Surya or Brihaspati, your Lagna Lord Jupiter, you could be benefited, and I wish you the very best. So friends, this was about Surya or Sun's annual transit in the sign of Capricorn. That marks the beginning of Makar Sankranti, a very auspicious time from a Vedic astrological point of view. I hope and believe Sun's northern movement, Uttarayan, brings a sense of renewed energy. As days go longer, we will have a lot of energy, we will have a lot of light, and hope it fosters our decision making. Thank you very much. God bless you all.